For nearly 20 years, one photograph stood between Sheldon Thomas and freedom. It was a picture of a different Sheldon Thomas. The police arrested Sheldon Thomas. He's on the right. Let's put up the pictures, y'all. In a murder in 2004, after knowingly showing a photograph of photo of a different Sheldon Thomas left to a witness to identify. How did this happen? Yeah, we want to know. In 2004, police officers showed the image of a young black man to a witness who chose him from an array of 6 as a suspect in a fatal shooting in Brooklyn's East Flatbush neighborhood. That identification withstood scrutiny through an indictment, trial, and appeal over more than 18 years, reporting coming from the New York Times. But now, the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office is saying that detectives, prosecutors, and the original trial judge knew from the outset that the photo in the array wasn't actually the man they wanted to arrest, but they proceeded anyway. Now, this is an example of totally just do not give a damn. I mean, there's no way for me to soften that up right there. Now, this situation was botched from the start. In a new report from the Brooklyn District Attorney's Conviction Review Unit provided to the Times, prosecutors said that the 2 men shared a name and they had addresses in the same precinct, but police investigators knew early on that they were different people. Now let that rest with you. They knew early on that they were different people, just did not give a damn. Mr. Thomas was wrongfully identified during 3 in-person lineups. Prosecutors most likely failed to disclose false police testimony. They used a witness with questionable credibility, and the defense counsel exacerbated the errors. Here we go. What's next? Mr. Thomas, 35, is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday afternoon before Matthew J. Demimick, a judge with the Brooklyn Supreme Court. The district attorney's office said its report that the conviction should be vacated. Oh, this is further proof that this type of misidentification happens far too often. The case would be the 34th conviction vacated after reinvestigations by the unit, which was expanded in 2014 and shows what can happen when checks in the criminal justice system break down. Thank God they got a unit that goes back and look over this stuff, but dang, the man that lost so much of his time already. But this is a part of a larger issue, the ACLU. How face recognition fuels racist systems of policing and immigration, and why Congress must act right now. So Bridget, this is a heavy price to pay. I mean, I'm glad that they found the evidence to say y'all got the wrong man, but he's already paid the price and cannot get those years back for what has happened to him.
Absolutely. I hope he sues everyone for all they've got, but that no amount of money will bring back years lost. And you mentioned that report from the ACLU. This is definitely part of a larger conversation happening around things like AI and facial recognition technology. We know that technology often misidentifies Black faces, brown faces, the faces of women, with results that can be really, really big. You could lose years of your life because of that kind of mistake. And we know that technology has the possibility for those kinds of really big mistakes. And so this is definitely part of a larger conversation that I hope folks get wise to and start asking some real questions about. But my heart really goes out to this young man because that is heartbreaking. Nobody should have to deal with that.
It's very heartbreaking. Can't get that time back, but I'm glad that they have this kind of unit, and I wish that more cities and counties had the kind of unit where they dedicated people to go back and check and recheck and check and recheck, so that innocent people, that you decrease the likelihood that if they are sent to prison or jail, that you decrease the likelihood that they stand there for years and years on top of years. So good for them, and I'm with you. I hope he sues them all for everything that they got. And unfortunately, the taxpayers are gonna have to pay the price for this. They knew from the beginning, folks. Now, this wasn't no accident that they didn't know. They knew from the beginning, which makes this that much more horrific. They knew from the beginning, but did not care at all. Didn't care.